Hey, welcome to the Chronic Wrestling Addiction Podcast. We're your hosts,
Bubs,
the Monster Chuck and Knucker, Bradshaw,
and your referee, Kevin Faber.
Before we get into today's episode, we want to remind you guys to head on over to our social media pages and give us a like and a follow.
Alright, welcome to another episode of Chronic Wrestling Addiction. I'm your host, the ref, Kevin Faber, and I'm sitting down with the Monster Truck and Knucker today. How's it going, Brad?
It's going. We just got done with 2 days of Wrestlemania. What a wild ride this WrestleMania has been with everything that's going on with COVID-19 and all the lockdown and social distancing. So it was we actually just got done with night 2, not even like a minute ago.
Yeah, and then we're getting straight to it. So today we're going to talk kind of just about the matches that we really wanted to talk about on this one, just because of everything that's been going on. All these matches were pre-taped before they were given to us, and these were all pretty much the matches that we expected for the most part. I mean, there was a couple things that were changed comparatively to what was going on before, and we did have a couple changes, such as we have Braun versus Goldberg instead of Roman Reigns versus Goldberg.
Yep.
That one did go over as predicted, though, still with here's a couple moves from Goldberg, here's a couple from Braun. Oh, look, Braun wins it. Braun deserves it. It's a good thing. All right, we can move on from that one quick. Anything else from that one you want to bring up real quick?
It's your typical Goldberg current day match. You know, he's old. He can't go as what he used to back in WCW days or his first run in WWE in 2003. There's no way he can get back to that. So, you know, it was kind of expected. It's going to be interesting to see where they go from this now. You know, if it's going to be, you know, road to SummerSlam, it's going to be Braun versus Roman. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still happy with what was going on there. As long as World Affairs kind of clears up a little bit, then we'll likely end up with a better Money in the Bank coming up. I am glad that they still gave us something for Mania, though. It's definitely with World Affairs going on, it's a good way to pull us away from what it is that we're dealing with every single day. Now, I mean, night one was decent. I do want to talk about the Boneyard match.
Yes.
The Boneyard match was fantastic. I do feel it was their answer to Final Deletion and stuff done like that. I thought it was very well produced. It was a great time. I enjoyed seeing Biker Taker come on back and make that entrance with Metallica. That was interesting. I mean, I was kind of hoping for some Limp Bizkit, but that's okay.
Dude, if anybody knows me, I love Biker Taker, and my favorite band is Metallica. Kevin saw how bad I was marking out last night. Like, I almost lost. I lost my shit. Like, as soon as I heard them playing "Now That We're Dead," I was like, "Yes, please." I got a chub. I'm not gonna lie. I was rocking a halfie. I was like, "Hell yeah, hell yeah, brother."
Well, I mean, I don't think there's much to take away from.
Kevin Owens jumping off the WrestleMania sign.
Yeah,
for that match, that was a solid match. There was only a few moments. I feel like tonight was a little bit better in certain regards, but nothing's gonna beat that Boneyard match. Like, and the thing is, where do they go from here with Styles and Taker? Where do they go? Are they gonna keep, have a match between them at SummerSlam? Who knows? I've read one thing today that, basically have AJ very similar to how Taker is. You kind of bring him back, resurrect him, or whatever. Who knows what they're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, only time will tell with what's going on that one. There's not much I can think of to take away from night one aside from what we've already discussed now.
Yeah.
I do gotta point out Gronk was on point.
Dude, those Pit Vipers.
So for night two, we did have a couple nice matches. I do want to bring up Otis and Ziggler quickly. I'm happy that with the Otis and Ziggler storyline that we've had going on, that they finally brought it to a end, and that it was in a very successful way with Mandy and Otis riding off into the sunset after a wonderful kiss. But I still feel that this match deserved a live crowd finish.
I can agree.
It could have been that extra little bit with the live crowd there. But it went fantastically in my opinion. I really enjoyed it, and thank you, our man Otis.
Yeah, I agree. As a fellow fat man, I thought it was awesome. Otis is kind of one of those talents that, for being a man of his size, he can move. And that Caterpillar is so smooth.
Yeah. Street Profits retained against Austin Theory and Angel Garza. Austin Theory, fantastic that he's getting this chance. He wrestled on WrestleMania. He's, 22?
22, only been wrestling since 2016. Got signed to WWE in, August of last year. He was wrestling in Evolve and the Independents before that. So for him to move up this quickly shows how much talent that he has and how much that Triple H has invested in him. Because I feel that was a Triple H move all day. Yeah. That was the Triple H match that was, showing like what NXT has brought to the table, even with Angel Garza, another great talent. The right people won. Street Profits retaining over Garza and Theory. So, it's as like I've said before with a lot of these matches, it's going to be interesting to see where they go with the Street Profits. They're a great tag team, but they need somebody to go against. That's going to give them an honest challenge. There's not a lot of tag teams. You got Revival who are having contract disputes. They need somebody they can go against.
Yeah, that'll definitely help them out in the long run. With Matt being gone and Jeff being the only one around, we're not really going to get that. I mean, we'll be lucky to get some of these newer guys up and in that mix for them. But as it stands at the moment, the way they've built everything around, there's too many friends within the tag team division. Another match I want to talk about now, though, NXT Women's Championship match. I'm really happy that the NXT Women's Championship was defended at WrestleMania. It was only NXT Championship defended there, and honestly, they deserved it. It was a great time, though my pick was Rhea Ripley to retain. Charlotte Flair did end up winning that one, and that
I called it.
You did call it. Charlotte going down to NXT was not something that I saw happening around. Well, I shouldn't say go down to NXT, going to NXT. I didn't really see that happening, but I guess it's going to for a little while there, and that could be entertaining. It's a good way to keep their women's division going steady for a little while, as we know she is a bit of a workhorse there, and between her and Rhea and the rest of them that are down there, it's a good chance for some more people to be able to shine and her to be able to put over some of the newer talent coming through.
Yep, and work with the younger talents, and Charlotte is like a pretty damn good hand in the ring. She proved it tonight with Rhea Ripley. A hell of a good match, lots of good spots. Rhea was selling the knee like crazy. That was perfect selling, perfect storytelling, the whole match.
Yeah.
That's Rhea's gear.
Super Saiyan themed, man. Well, Saiyan themed. It was definitely based off of Vegeta.
Oh, 100%. And normally Ricochet is the comic guy and anime guy, but, surprised me out of Ripley.
Buck says he pointed it out on Twitter.
Oh, he did. I already read it.
John Cena and The Fiend, that Firefly Funhouse match. I don't really know how to describe this match. It appears that The Fiend won based off what we could see there, because I don't think Bray is an official. But I mean, hey, whatever. He counted the 3, and John was pinned.
The flashbacks, though.
The flashbacks were entertaining, worth it. There was a couple laughs there, but I felt we could have done a little bit more with this in total.
Yep, the SmackDown Fist coming back.
Yeah.
Cena coming out in the OG debut
stuff.
attire was weird to see.
Yeah. Edge versus Randy Orton, last man standing match.
God.
Edge winning his first match back in 9 years. Totally worth it. The emotion there, the storytelling, the way that these boys put things together, absolutely amazing.
Dude, like, the end part where Edge was about to concerto Randy, the emotion, like almost in tears, Like, the whole match, like, creative spots, too. Kind of hanging on the cage on the ceiling and dropping down to an elbow.
Yeah.
Like, there was so many spots in that match where it was like, okay. I feel like this match couldn't have happened anywhere better than the Performance Center. I'm sorry. If it happened at Raymond James Stadium, it would have been okay. But this was a perfect spot for it because of how unique the setting was.
Yeah, this was definitely a little more intimate and a lot better feeling in that, right. But overall, it went the way that we expected it to, with Edge winning his first match in 9 years. And then really the last match to really point out here is going to be the Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre match.
Copy-paste.
I mean, yes, it was a copy-paste of the Braun Goldberg match with, Claymores and F5s instead, but it went well. It went the way we expected.
Yeah.
We didn't expect Brock to really stick around long. We kind of expected it to be a little bit more of a squash, but they did put together an actual match. It did show that the two of them can stick and move and do things together, and the reversals were there, so technically sound. I enjoyed it. In the long run, I'm happy. Drew is our new WWE champion, and he's going to be in charge of Raw.
Yep, Brock's probably going to go away for a few months and probably come back around SummerSlam-ish time for a match or something. Who knows who. But, it's going to be interesting to see, where WWE goes from here. Tomorrow night Raw's live. They've been pre-taping recently, but tomorrow night they're saying live. So it's going to be interesting to see, what they're going to do tomorrow night to start the kind of new year for wrestling, for WWE. I always feel like the Raw after Mania starts the new calendar year for them. Mania is the end of the year, kind of New Year's Eve, and then tomorrow...
It's the end of their fiscal year.
Yeah, and tomorrow is, where we have new debuts. Everything kind of starts different.
We'll see what's up.
And this is the first time, Mania's been without a crowd, but Raw after Mania has always been hyped by the crowd. Like, that's where the crowd's always raucous and insane. They don't have that.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely going to be a different feel.
I'll just say this, and I hope to God, tomorrow night, Adam Cole, baby.
I'm just going to say thank you to those men and women that are performing out there right now.
Yes.
And that are continuing to try to bring us entertainment via wrestling being live streamed, via them playing video games and live streaming with us, offering workouts, discussing things, hopping on and doing Q&As.
Yeah.
With the state that the world is in, it's really nice to have these escapes.
It really is.
Obviously, stay safe, wash your hands, follow all those guidelines in this time, and hopefully we will be able to flatten out this curve and get back to wrestling the way that it was.
Get back to real life, and hopefully this ends, because you and me got 2 shows coming up that you're going to be repping, and I'll be helping out at. So hopefully that happens. For the CWE tour, Danny Duggan and everything. So
hopefully everything goes off without a hitch there for that with the CWE tour and Shane Douglas. If everything goes well, I'll see you guys in White Court and Grand Prairie. May 4th and 5th. As of this moment, I know the events are still scheduled to happen, and I'm looking forward to working at them. If for any reason that these end up with the cancellations due to everything that's going on, pay attention to the CWE pages and Danny's posts, as he will let you know what to do about your tickets or about being able to see the show when it's continuing with happening. As for us, we will bring you different content as we can, and trying to bring you the highlights from throughout the months as things go on with the world of wrestling. The new content that we're looking at bringing to you is we're going to be playing some video games and getting some stuff out there, going back, watching some old pay-per-views together, and doing some watch-alongs. We're even going to do some watch-alongs with some Alberta independent wrestling events such as Force Pro Wrestling and the Clandestine Society.
Yes.
Pay attention for those. We'll send out our tweets. We'll post things up on YouTube. And if you are impatient and you don't want to wait for us to do these watch-alongs, or have the chance to do so, make sure you go hit up the Backbreaker Media Pivot Share site and go pick yourself up a digital copy now, rent it, buy it, do whatever you can to help support the independent wrestlers here on the Alberta scene.
And
anything else you want to put in there, Brad?
And hopefully soon a crossover episode with my podcast, Crush This, a Monster Truck podcast. Monster Trucks and wrestling have a very big history together, going back to the 80s with Sergeant Slaughter versus Bigfoot in a tug of war. And I've sent Kevin a bunch of videos to watch.
I'm going to learn stuff about monster trucks, guys.
Which is my number one passion. But even, you guys know Alundra Blaze Medusa, she drove monster trucks. And lots of history between the two. So we're going to be going back at it and, kind of educating the ref here on why I'm the monster truck knucker.
So if you get the chance between now and then, make sure you go check out Crush This, a Monster Truck podcast. Definitely, I gone and checked it out myself. It was a fantastic time. Brad, thank you for coming by and
always
checking out wrestling with this physical distancing that's going on and everything else that's happening in this world.
It works. I live not even a block away.
We'll catch you next time, guys. Thanks very much.
Peace.
Peace.
We here at Chronic Wrestling Addiction wanted to thank you for listening. And remember, if you like what you heard, head on over to our pages and give us a follow.